This segment is brought to you by Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.
All right, welcome back to Bayou Time. I'm Martin Falls. Very pleased to have the large business of the year here in Terrebonne Parish, Barker Automotive. And right now we have Brett Barker, the president. Good to see you, Brett.
Good morning. How you doing?
Pretty good. And of course, Blake Barker, who's moving up in the ranks, sales manager at Terrebonne Ford. Let's do this. Let's roll the video in first, and we'll come back and chat a little bit. So let's roll it in.
Tonight, we honor a business whose legacy is woven into the very fabric of Terrebonne Parish. Founded in 1939, this company began as a small operation with a big commitment to serve its customers with integrity, to treat employees like family, and to build something meant to last. This business believes in earning success the right way, starting from the ground up, investing in its people, and giving back to the community that made its success possible. For 4 generations, that philosophy has guided not only business decisions, but civic involvement, charitable support, and long-term community leadership. This year also marks an incredible milestone. 85 years as a proud member of the Houma-Terrebonne Chamber of Commerce, a legacy of partnership, service, and commitment to our local business community. The 2025 Large Business of the Year is more than a company. It is a family legacy, it is a trusted name, and it is a cornerstone of our community. It is our honor to announce the 2025 Large Business of the Year, Terrebonne Motor Company. Please join us in congratulating the Barker family and the team at Terrebonne Motor Company for over 100 years of building relationships in Terrebonne Parish, rooted in trust, service, and reliability.
We travel in a big group, y'all.
All right, everybody smile. You're welcome. Bronco for everybody.
All right, I'm expecting that Bronco too. Your word's your word, right?
We're working on it.
All right, very good. So, Brett, let's start with you. What did that night mean for y'all?
You know, to get that type of notoriety, it's special. You know, we've been around a long time. We're multi-generational. It started with my grandfather, my dad. You know, all my brothers and sisters worked in the business. Mm-hmm. And now we're into our next gen. My son, my nephew, John Jacuzzo, to see the benefit of what we've always done come to fruition and be acknowledged, it's important. It's important for the staff to understand what they do means something.
You know what I admire? You know, seeing your dad in the audience, and he'll be on the last segment, but your grandpa too. They didn't let y'all just walk in and assume positions. I mean, I picked up your brother Mike at the wash rack many times. I'm sure you went through all of it. You had to earn your way, didn't you?
Well, we were told it's a well-oiled machine, but we had to wash the machine. We had to change the oil in the machine. We had to clean up after everything. So we grew up doing it. We cleaned parts bins. We washed cars. We did anything and everything in order to learn our business. And that's really what my son has gathered. He didn't realize what it took to run an operation like this. And you have to know it all. You have to do it all.
Mm-hmm. And Blake, we'll turn to you as a sales manager now. And at a young age, you get to see Mr. Dickey, and I'm sure his wisdom when y'all sitting down, drinking a cup of coffee is immense.
Of course.
What have you learned so far?
Oh, it takes a village, and it really, you got to count on the people around you to do what we do every day. Start from the ground up. I've worked through every department, and it really makes you understand what everyone there does to make it possible for us to do what we do. So, of course, sitting with my grandfather, my dad, my aunts, my uncles, John, I've learned so much, and it's fun every day to lead us into the future to see where we're going to go with this.
Well, your Aunt Ann was right. Y'all do travel in large groups.
Yes.
There's a Barker or a descendant on every corner, everywhere. So Brett will give you the last words. Congratulations. And I know legacy means a lot to you.
It's legacy and it's long-term relationships, not only with our family, but with our customers and our staff. We have staff members. Our longest-term staff member will be with us 59 years this year, and she's not ready to retire yet.
That's incredible. All right, congratulations. I'm going to bring up another group right after the break. Then we're going to bring up Mr. Dickey on the last segment. So stay tuned. Don't go away.
This segment was brought to you by Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.
All right, we're back with the large business of the year, and of course, that's the Barker Automotive Group, and we're joined on this segment by John Jacuzzo, Sales Manager at Terrebonne Ford. John, good to see you.
What's up, Martin? How are you?
Good. And of course, Hugh Doe, the Chief Operating Officer, Terrebonne Ford. Hugh, good to see you.
Good morning.
All right, before I talk to y'all, let's roll in. Ann your mom doesn't speak a lot, but we're going to give her due.
Usually when she does, you got to listen.
Yeah, she's been a part of this organization forever, and she spoke at the Chamber banquet. Let's roll it in.
And it started with my great-grandfather down in Bayou, and then my grandfather, who started selling parts on the road and growing to what you see today. But I think Brett made the perfect analogy in that we are not just a business, we're a family. And I will tell you, being, one of the women in the middle of all of my brothers is not an easy thing. Family events are fun, but boy, Monday morning, they're taking off the gloves. But the beauty of all of this is we have employees who have been with us over 50 years, and we've been a part of the chamber and this community for much longer than that. So thank you all, because we are where we are because of your support. Thank you.
And of course, Ann has been an integral part. She may be the one behind the scenes, but she gets a lot done, no doubt about it. So John, of course, I remember you in the early years. Then you got involved in the commercials, and you saw it from an early age, even when you were in Mr. Lockie's office using his shoe cleaner.
Oh, the shoe polisher.
Yeah, when you had tennis shoes on. What's that all about?
Oh, man, look, look, my mother and father were both at the dealership, right? So, I would get, sometimes the guy picking the mail up or bringing the mail for the dealership would pick me up from school, right?
Yeah.
We just worked it out, and I'd get to the dealership, and first thing I'd do is I'd go in Jeff's office and I'd grab his little shoe polisher and I'd start running that thing. They probably had customers in there the whole time, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know any better. I'd go in there and start polishing my tennis shoes until I'd get ran off, and I'd have to go upstairs in the meeting room and do my homework, and
Yeah.
it's pretty cool for it to kind of have come full circle now. And now, I hold the meetings that I used to sit there and, do my homework in. So,
And of course, your grandfather, who's going to be in the last segment here. I remember when I first sold advertising to him, he was such a large figurehead, just a gentle kind of guy, but very businesslike, very good at business. So at a young age, you had to be picking up those vibes. And of course, your dad worked there for a long time too. You had to be picking up those vibes.
Yeah, of course. Anytime you have somebody that means a lot to you speak, you tend to take it a lot more seriously. And when it's more profound things that they say, you tend to bury that in some boxes that you have, right? To make sure that you have the same type of dialogue and then understanding of what they were talking about, for that way when you're faced with some type of, whether it be a trial or something, very simple, you have the playbook. And I was very fortunate on both sides to have the car business in my father's side with the Studebaker dealership, and now obviously have it in this side too. And so I always knew what I wanted to do. Never wanted to do anything else, and I never planned on doing anything else. And it was it's very cool to be a part of something that's much bigger than me. And as Blake mentioned earlier, it's a ground up operation. It doesn't get done until the first guy opens the garage door.
Yeah, very good point. Hugh, let's come to you as a chief operating officer. That's a large job keeping everything rolling, right?
This is one large family.
Yeah.
The transportation business is amazing, but the Barker family that holds this together, it's my task every day is to make this as human as possible, as fun and exciting, and just still use technology today that we have, but keep that human element to what we do. It's to keep people on the road and to service them and keep them happy. So
I've seen for so many years. I guess I could ask this because I grew up, and of course Mike was my age. We graduated together, ran together, still do. But to have a large family like that with all different personalities, it's amazing how they work pretty well together. Yeah, I'm sure they have their moments like everybody else, but the bottom line is the family, and they all seem to come back together.
yeah, they've welcomed myself personally. I've been with the family for 8, going on 9 years now, and it's exciting. It's exciting to know I can rely on John and Blake and the future of the company to have that as a backbone, and of course Brett and his entire family is just. It makes it simple just to walk down the hall and knock on the door and say, "Hey, boss, I got a problem."
Yeah. And I seen John, of course, when he was young, knew Blake when he was young, and to see them in roles now, it just really epitomizes what legacy and the chain is. You got to be smart enough to know when you got to take a step back and let the chain move up, but that wisdom at top is still the wisdom at the top. Right, John?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see where we're going to be going, and obviously, with having, I swear sometimes Hugh makes me feel like I'm older, right? Because he brings so much energy, and where we're going to be going is going to be pretty awesome. We're going to continue to expand the footprint in Terrebonne Parish as a local and one of the oldest businesses in the parish, and it's going to be pretty good.
All right, John, Hugh, congratulations. Appreciate y'all joining us.
Thanks, Martin.
We're going to have the chief coming up next. So.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Mr. Dickie Barker joins me.
This segment was brought to you by Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.
All right, we continue to talk about the large business of the year, the Barker Automotive Group. And my guy, we have Mr. Dickie Barker up here. And if I can say, there's not many legends around this town, but he's definitely one of them. He's given so many people a chance, so many people kind words over the years, and even given a TV station advertisement way back in the day when we didn't even get off the ground yet.
I saw a good thing coming.
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Dickie. But y'all had a good thing coming for many, many years. Before we run in a little video of Chris, how'd you feel that night?
Oh, well, I wasn't able to be at the event, but I got the news, and it just gives you that shudder a little bit,
Yeah.
When you think about all that's gone into reaching a point where you deserve that kind of award, which the company definitely deserves it.
Mm-hmm. And I can imagine, if I'm thinking like you, to see your kids and your grandkids and everybody else, all the support group, that probably tickled you more than anything.
Well, it certainly did, but I got to say, my kids have tickled me quite a bit in the last few years because they've all been in the business with me. They've all done very well, and just it's all part of the package.
Right.
It's fantastic.
And I was teasing John about your large family and everybody has different personalities. How the heck did y'all keep them all wrangled in?
Well, I wasn't in trouble at all. When you told them what they should be doing, and they said, well, why? You look at them and say, because I said so. And that's all you needed to say.
Right.
In those days, it's a little different today.
Yeah.
You know, the kids have a lot more knowledge about things, and they work the parents a little bit.
Yeah. But you've done so much for the community, and I've interviewed you so many events where y'all given back and the schools and different things, and it's just been unbelievable. Let's roll in a little bit of your son Chris at the banquet. He said another man, a few words, but we'll roll it in.
Between my family, my brothers and my sisters from the chamber, Coastal Conservation Association, Fletcher, all these different organizations, we all got involved in. So I encourage everybody to get involved in the community, because that's one thing my father's always told us to do. So that's one thing I'm proud of. So thank you all very much.
That's one thing you stress is for your kids to get involved in the community.
Martin, it's, that's your life. And I would encourage everybody to join in and have their children or themselves participate in the activities of the community. One of the things that I miss is that we do not have good, outside of your TV station, we don't have good communication within the community so that the kids can pick up on what you're telling them to do with the rest of the people and the rest of what's going on. And I miss that. But it was just a wonderful way to grow up and a way to live. You were always the JCs when I first got started, then the Chamber of Commerce, then the Rotary Club, then the school programs when your kids were coming up. That all fed back into the business, by the way, because we were all of us that were working at it were independently in different businesses, and we were participating with each other.
Yeah, the networking was unbelievable.
Absolutely.
I remember when I had to go see you for the first time back in '85 or whatever. And of course, I grew up around you. I mean, it is true. Many people helped raise many of us, and you were one of them. But when I had to go sit down and do a business deal with you, I was shaking. I was going, oh my God, I got to go see Mr. Diggy Bark. You made it so easy for me, and I thank you for that.
Well, Martin, I enjoyed raising you and the rest of Mike's friends are all the same age, little Joe Waits, et cetera, Brett Cuneo, I could go on. And then I start with Brett's family, Brett's kids. We always had action around the house. We lived on Sherman Street, which was 1 block long in Barrier subdivision. There were 27 kids on that 1 block.
Right.
And there was always somebody going on.
And Brett, just seeing you, Dad, it's got to be great that you were able to work with your family like that. And then I know you have a lot of other people you want to bring up too.
Well, of course, we grew up in the business. It's the only business we wanted to be in, and it's the only business we hopefully will ever be in for the most part. But who is Terrebonne Ford? Who is Terrebonne Motor Company? To me, it's our extended family. And I'm going to rattle off a few names, okay, because it's important to me to let them know that we care about them and to let them know they are Terrebonne Ford. And I'll just tell you, at the 20-year mark, I have people like Lance Richard, Jeff Nakan, Andre Daig, Cindy Bergeron, Jason Porche, Ricky Tabor, Russell Lundstrom, Jeff Zarang, Bettina Dickerson, Billy Tharp, Louis Mercier, Jonathan Blanton, Jared Kortug, and Ava Moore. At 30-year mark and up, David Hebert, Wayne Ford, Bobby Hayden, Lisa Chapman, James Reeland. Over 40 years, David Petrie, Timmy Martin, and Dale Freyu. Then we hit a 50-year mark, and we have Willie Tom Bergeron. And as I said earlier, there's one more lady who's been there for 59 years, Darlene Davis. So thank you all for everything you do for Terrebonne Motor Company.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Mr. Dickey, I'll give you the last word.
Oh, the last word is Houma's been a great place to grow up, to get in business, and to succeed in. Cooperative community makes it happen. And what else can you ask for?
Yeah.
It's a lifetime.
Well, I want to thank you, and I want to thank all of your family for just the way y'all treated Terrebonne, not just Terrebonne, the surrounding area, the way y'all treated everybody for the years, and well-deserved award. You've been such a gentleman through it. I'm sure y'all had very tough times, but you were always kind to people when they came up, and they remember it. People remember that. And it all started with your dad and you, and y'all have built quite a legacy, and I want to thank you for that.
Well, Martin, thank you for what you've done. I think we need HTV. We need that kind of media so that we can keep the community together. And that's what I was talking about earlier. We used to have a newspaper that would feed along with you. With all that being said, good luck to you, good health to you, and you keep plugging along, man. You're doing a good job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, John Brett. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin.
All right, we'll take a short break. We'll be back with a lot more here on HTV. Don't go away.
This segment was brought to you by Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.